Hi there, welcome to my graphic novel review. I will introduce to you Daughter of Her Father's Eyes, which is a graphic novel slash memoir and biography written by the internationally acclaimed scholar Mary M. Talbot and illustrated by her award-winning husband Brian Talbot. This coming-of-age story parallels the lives of Lucia Joyce, daughter of the famous writer James Joyce, with the life of Mary Talbot herself, whose father James Atherton was an international known Joycean scholar. Like in Alison Bechdel's Fun Home, father-daughter relationships play a big role in Daughter of Her Father's Eyes. Growing up in poverty in the 1950s Great Britain with four older brothers, Mary Talbot would later say, "Until I started school, I was scarcely aware that boys and girls were supposed to be different." So, the opinionated young girl would often get in trouble with her father and the sisters at the Catholic school she attended. And after her four older brothers left the home, she often had to endure her father's moods, which kind of created a troubled relationship. The book is demonstrating social issues with gender roles, portraying Mary's inability to fit in with society. And for Lucia Joyce was born during an earlier era in Italy, she struggled with the same gender roles. Lucia Joyce was forced to move a lot during her life due to her father's profession as a rising writer. She suffered from not being able to settle down and was forced to follow her father and be the good daughter, even as she was a young adult. Lucia discovered her love for dance and wanted to build a career as a professional dancer and be independent. Her parents, however, disapproved of these plans, and Lucia had to abandon her dreams and aspirations, which ultimately led to her mental health declining. The different storylines are illustrated with different color schemes. The book opens and ends with present Mary Talbot in color, while the panels are framed by traditional straight borders. Mary's childhood memories are drawn in sepia tones and occasionally with a little color as highlight. Lucia's storyline is illustrated in darker, inky tones with absolutely no color highlights. Both Mary's and Lucia's past storylines make use of rather unconventional panels without any clear borders. The fact that the book is illustrated in 3 different color schemes is really genius, as it helps separating the stories from each other, yet does not disrupt the flow of the storyline. The transitions work really well. For example, when the book switches from Mary's dancing scenes to Lucia's dancing scenes, the story just switches between the scenes, basically a scene-to-scene transition, and although the color scheme changes, the transition pretty much stays unnoticed. One tiny drawback: due to the borderless panels, sometimes the pages can feel a little crowded, making it difficult to tell which narration goes with which image. However, it might be that the crowdedness is an artistic choice, because those scenes are memories and sometimes memories can be a little overwhelming and crowded in your head. I think that Daughter of Her Father's Eyes is a great graphic novel because it's created in a thoughtful and meaningful way. It educates with the help of personal stories, and it draws attention to social issues. Readers can immerse themselves in history and experience what it was like living back then. The story offers a very intimate look at what James Joyce's life was like, beyond what you would read in formal journals or learn in English classes. And it gives an idea what it was like for Lucia growing up as James Joyce's daughter and ultimately what led to her demise. In the same way, the book invites the reader to take a look at Mary Talbot's life, growing up with a father whose life revolved around James Joyce. These are insights that we don't usually get, which makes the book really interesting. Overall, the book is very informative, enlightening, and as a daughter, in a way relatable. But I think that the reader needs to bring a certain interest in James Joyce's history or biographies. Otherwise, the reader might be left unsatisfied as there is no grand finale, revelation, or happy ending, as we would expect from other genres such as fiction. Thanks for listening to my graphic novel review. See ya!